Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'm just going to follow up where my good friend Senator King left off. This is the Camp Lejeune Act that we passed last year, and I think every American's seen all the advertisement. We had a hearing last fall that the VA representative mentioned. It's over $1 billion in ads. It's probably gotten way north of that. And so I know that maybe all of you aren't ready to talk about a specific cap, and I understand that. We're working through that, but would all of you agree that you need some cap on contingency fees, right? Pretty much every federal law that enables a claim against the government, and now we're talking way outside the realm of veterans, they all have caps on contingency fees, every law, with the exception of this one. I won't go into the details of why that didn't happen. The Biden administration, as we were negotiating the Camp Lejeune Act and the PACT Act, of which it was part, the Justice Department of the Biden administration encouraged this committee to adopt caps. So it didn't happen. That's it's just not good for the veterans and the Camp Lejeune Marines and families that are seeking compensation. So can I just real quickly, does everybody agree we need caps on contingency fees? So there have been reports of 40, 50, 60% contingency fees, which is just outrageous. So do you guys all agree that we need caps? I want to start with you, Shane.
Thank you, Senator. While we don't have a specific resolution for this bill,
No, I know.
DAV does believe, and we do have resolutions that does support capping attorney fees specifically within the VA system. So yes, we believe that that is something that must be done to help protect veterans.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Tam.
Although SVA doesn't directly impact or have an impact on this, but we do have student veterans who are going through their comp and pen benefits, and we rely on our VSO friends to help them through that process.
Okay, Ms. Haycock-Loman.
Yes, of course. Surviving families are at high risk for being taken advantage of by bad actors, and anything we can do to reduce that for surviving families is important to us.
Great. Ms. Robert?
We do not have a position on it, but I would point you to the fact that our members are capped under VA disability law, and that we really think that guard is necessary because some of those same practices you are seeing in Camp Lejeune, we are seeing with the unaccredited claims consultants.
Okay, so let me, Mr. Chairman, I hope that we can, again, get to a spot. I've been kind of going up in the negotiations. The issues with regard to contingency fees, I understand we want good lawyers to be able to represent the Marines and Marine families. As you know, in the Camp Lejeune Act, though, there's a lot of elements of that the defense of the government have been waived. So this is not as complicated as a full trial that starts with discovery and has a full trial and litigation. This is a much cleaner process for the attorneys representing the families, which is another reason we believe 17% cap and 12% on filing is more than generous for our lawyers. I'll just make one final point. There's a 2-year timeline for families to file under this law. So unlike the GUARD Act, which I know has been literally been considered since the mid-2000s, we're getting to the point where, you know, we're running out of time. And the more that this gets delayed without fixing the attorney fee cap issue, the more Marine Corps families and Marines who we're trying to help are going to not get the justice that they deserve. So I really appreciate the panel here. I want to work with everybody on the committee. Again, this one, you know, you can rope-a-dope an issue long enough to where it goes away. That'll happen here, but it won't be the right outcome. We all know that that'll be enriching certain trial lawyers. I'm not saying they're all bad, but there's certainly some unethical ones at the expense of Marines and their families, and I think everybody knows that's just wrong. It's just wrong, and I certainly hope that Congress can fix it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.